Stop what you are doing right now and listen to me carefully, because what I am about to tell you may completely change the way you understand your own body. The real reason why most men over 60 lose their ability to have firm erections has nothing to do with age, low testosterone, or lack of desire. The truth is much deeper and much more urgent than you have been led to believe. Every day, without realizing it, millions of men are suffocating their own circulation, depriving their blood vessels of what they need, and closing the exact pathways that control firmness. And that is why the erections you once relied on have slowly faded, from strong and instant to weak, slow, or completely absent. One day you woke up and the morning erection was gone. And no one warned you. No one explained why. No one told you how to get it back. Maybe you tried pills. Maybe you pretended nothing was happening. Maybe you smiled through the disappointment while the woman you loved silently wondered what had changed. Maybe you felt that heavy and silent shame that a man never speaks aloud. The fear that your body has betrayed you, and that the part of you that made you feel alive, powerful, and masculine is fading away forever. But here is what is going to break everything you thought you knew. Your body is not broken. You haven't lost your power. It's still there, waiting. And you can awaken it naturally, safely, and surprisingly quickly. Because there is a simple mix made with extra virgin olive oil and a specific companion oil that can trigger a nitric oxide boost so powerful that many men feel the difference in 24 hours, some in just 30 to 60 minutes. No prescriptions, no humiliating conversations, no side effects. Just science, circulation, and the right combination. I am Dr. Elena, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 15 years of clinical experience. And today I am going to show you exactly how this works. Stay with me. This could change everything. Before continuing, if you are determined to regain your strength and rebuild the confidence you thought you had lost, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another advancement in men's health specifically designed for men over 60. And do me a favor. If this message already resonates with something you have felt inside, write a 1 in the comments so I know you are with me. If you are still unsure, write a 0 and tell me what you are struggling with. Your voice matters here. Now let's get into the truth behind why your erections have decreased and the natural blend that can bring them back faster than you ever imagined. 1. Why erections decrease after 50. Let me tell you something that may hit you harder than anything you've heard in years. The loss of firm erections after 50 is not just a physical change. It is an emotional wound. It is that silent moment when a man looks at himself in the mirror and wonders what happened to the version of himself he once knew. It is the silence between a husband and wife when neither knows what to say after another night of trying and failing. It is that heavy feeling in your chest when you lie down staring at the ceiling, pretending that everything is fine, while deep down you are terrified that that part of you that made you feel alive and whole is fading away forever. But here's the truth that most men never hear. Losing firmness has almost nothing to do with aging. It's not because you're weak, exhausted, or less of a man. The real reason why erections fade is that the blood vessels responsible for carrying blood to the penis begin to harden, narrow, and lose responsiveness long before you feel a single symptom. Erectile problems are not a bedroom issue. They are a circulation issue. Your body is not failing your desire. Your blood flow is failing your body. Nitric oxide, that molecule that tells the arteries to open and fill the penis with blood, starts to disappear rapidly after age 50. By the time most men reach their 60s, their nitric oxide levels have dropped so much that even when the mind is willing, the body simply cannot respond. That's why one day, without warning, morning erections stop appearing. That's why arousal takes longer and feels weaker. That's why, even when everything seems fine, nothing happens. And it doesn't just affect the body. It affects identity, pride, confidence, the way a man moves through the world. Maybe that describes you. Maybe you have hidden this from everyone, even from yourself. Maybe you have told people that you are fine, while inside you wonder if your best days are already behind you. Maybe you have started to avoid intimacy because the fear of failing hurts more than the pain of missing the moment. You are not alone. Millions of good men carry the same burden in silence, convinced that there is nothing they can do. But what if that belief is wrong? What if the problem doesn't take months or years to resolve? What if there's a natural way to wake up circulation again, flood your body with nitric oxide, and feel your strength return in hours instead of months? Because at one moment, I'm going to reveal something to you that almost no doctor explains. The only thing that millions of men use daily that is actually blocking their ability to have firm erections, and how combining it with a specific oil can activate the switch faster than you ever imagined. 2. The role of nitric oxide and circulation. Here is a truth that could shake you to your core. Erections are not controlled by desire, thoughts, testosterone, or even arousal. An erection is nothing more or less than a blood flow event. Without the ability to move blood forcefully and quickly through the arteries, no pill, fantasy, effort, or amount of desire will make anything happen. That's why so many men are baffled when one day, without warning, the body simply stops responding. They still feel desire, they still love their partner, they still want intimacy. But nothing changes because the real problem is silent and hidden far beneath the surface. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to open wide and allow a rush of blood into the chambers of the penis, with enough pressure to create firmness. When nitric oxide is strong, erections are powerful, quick, and reliable. When nitric oxide is weak, erections struggle, fade, or disappear completely. After age 50, nitric oxide production plummets, dropping to nearly half. And the emotional weight of that loss is something most men carry in absolute solitude. They feel embarrassed, confused, even angry with themselves. They pull away from the people they love. They stop initiating because failure hurts more than silence. And deep down, they wonder if this is the beginning of the end. But it doesn't have to be that way. Because once you restore nitric oxide, everything begins to change. Blood vessels soften, expand, and respond again. Heat returns, sensitivity returns, confidence begins to rebuild. The body awakens, not slowly, but often with a quickness that feels shocking, as if someone has reignited the energy after years of darkness. The real question is simple. If nitric oxide is the key to everything, how is it activated naturally and quickly? Because the answer begins with something that is in almost every kitchen. A simple oil that almost everyone uses, but almost no one uses correctly. 3. The hidden power of olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, the oil that millions of men use every day, can be one of the most powerful natural tools for restoring firm and reliable erections. Yet, most men are only unlocking a small fraction of its true potential. They drizzle it on a salad, pour it into a pan, or swallow a tablespoon thinking they are doing something significant for their health. But what they don't realize is that the olive oil used only offers about 30% of the benefits the body needs to restore powerful circulation. The remaining 70% is lost, wasted, simply because it is not combined with the right supporting oil. Within extra virgin olive oil, there are polyphenols, compounds such as oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol, that act as shields protecting your arteries from inflammation and oxidative stress. They allow blood vessels to widen and regain flexibility, which is absolutely essential for firm erections. Olive oil also contains oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that helps cell membranes become more receptive and more efficient in producing nitric oxide. But here is the part that hurts to hear. Those polyphenols are fragile. They are destroyed by heat, damaged by oxygen, and break down in the intestine before the bloodstream receives them. And oleic acid moves painfully slowly when traveling alone. Imagine how many men have swallowed spoonful after spoonful of olive oil in hope, not knowing that the most important part never reached their arteries. Imagine how many blamed themselves, believed that nothing would work, when in reality the problem was not their body, but the missing companion oil. 4. The companion oil that unlocks all the power, black seed oil. The difference between feeling weak, disconnected, and defeated, and feeling alive, receptive, and powerful again can be reduced to a single missing ingredient, and that key is black seed oil. When extra virgin olive oil is combined with black seed oil, something extraordinary happens within the body, something that can awaken the very pathways responsible for strong and lasting erections faster than most men ever imagined possible. Black seed oil contains a compound called thymoquinone. Thymoquinone is one of the most powerful natural protectors of nitric oxide. It protects nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly, allowing the body to maintain the necessary pressure to create and sustain an erection. But thymoquinone is unstable. It breaks down easily and disappears before the bloodstream can utilize it. That's why many men who try black seed oil feel little or no change. The transformation occurs when thymoquinone binds to the polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil forms a protective shield around it, allowing it to travel safely through the digestive system and reach the bloodstream fully active. And in return, thymoquinone protects the polyphenols in olive oil from being destroyed. They strengthen each other, they amplify each other, they unlock each other. The result is an increase in nitric oxide, more flexible blood vessels, and a return of warmth, pressure, and responsiveness that many men report feeling within hours. A gentle warmth that moves through the chest, a pulsing sensation in the pelvis, a feeling that something deep inside has been reactivated. For men who thought they would never feel that again, the emotional impact is overwhelming. They describe it as a light returning after years in darkness, like getting back a part of themselves that they were sure was gone forever. 5. The daily formula and the moment that changes everything. Most men fail to restore their erections, not because the solution doesn't work, but because they use the right ingredients in the wrong way. They take them at the wrong time, in the wrong amounts, without understanding the chemistry that occurs within their bodies. And then, when nothing changes, they blame themselves. But the real tragedy is not the struggle. It's how close they were to success without knowing it. Here is the precise formula. 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil mixed with half a teaspoon of black seed oil, taken once a day with breakfast or with your most substantial meal. The timing is not optional, it is essential. Your digestive system absorbs healthy fats much more efficiently when consumed alongside other foods, meaning that polyphenols and thymoquinone travel deeper into the bloodstream, protected and fully active. On the first day, many men feel warmth spreading through their chest, stomach, or legs, a sign that circulation is finally waking up. In the first week, they sleep more deeply, wake up with more energy, and feel a spark they haven't experienced in years. In the second week, desire begins to return, not as a thought, but as a physical response. And by the 4th week to the 12th, confidence transforms. Erections become firmer, more consistent, and more reliable. Fear disappears, doubt fades away, the silence between partners dissolves. A man begins to feel like himself again. This is not magic, it is physiology finally working as it is supposed to. 6. The final multiplier that men never expect. Even the most powerful oil blend in the world can fail within a dehydrated body. A man can take all the supplements, follow all the instructions, eat all the right foods, and still feel nothing. Not because the method is weak, not because age has defeated him, but because his blood is too thick to transport oxygen, nitric oxide, or circulation where it needs to go. Most men over 60 do not understand that their blood vessels depend on water in the same way that fire depends on oxygen. When the body is even slightly dehydrated, the blood becomes sluggish, pressure rises, nitric oxide levels collapse, and the ability to achieve an erection becomes almost impossible. When you add true hydration to oil blends, circulation begins to flow freely. Oxygen moves smoothly through the bloodstream. Blood vessels open up instead of resisting, and the body responds with a force that feels almost immediate. Add a pinch of minerals like magnesium or natural electrolytes, and the effect multiplies exponentially. Then there is the power of nasal breathing. When you breathe through your nose instead of your mouth, your body naturally releases nitric oxide from the sinuses, signaling your blood vessels to relax and expand. Just 5 minutes a day can create a measurable change. And sunlight, just 10 minutes in the morning, activates the nitric oxide stored in the skin, supporting energy, mood, and performance as nature intended. Finally, something so simple that is often overlooked: a gentle 10-minute walk in the afternoon. No intense exercise, just movement that encourages blood flow and keeps your vessels flexible. 7. The truth about fake oils that are destroying your results. More than half of the commercially sold olive oil is fake, diluted, or stripped of the compounds responsible for restoring male performance. This means that millions of men are faithfully taking tablespoons every morning, believing they are supporting their heart, hormones, and erections, when in reality they are ingesting an oil that does absolutely nothing. Specialized researchers have tested popular imported olive oils and found that nearly half did not meet purity standards. They were mixed with cheap seed oils, processed with chemicals, or heated in such a way that the polyphenols were destroyed long before reaching your kitchen. Without polyphenols, olive oil is nothing more than flavored fat. It does not support circulation, does not protect your blood vessels, and does not elevate nitric oxide. It will never awaken your erections. I have seen men distance themselves from their wives, convinced that they were failing, when the truth was as simple as having chosen the wrong bottle. I have seen relationships restored not by medications or surgery, but by replacing fake oils with real, cold-pressed organic oils stored in dark glass. 8. The checklist that guarantees real results. Real cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil has a slight peppery taste that tickles the back of the throat, sometimes causing a small cough. It has a fresh, fruity aroma, a golden green color, never pale or flat. It comes in a dark glass bottle and has a harvest date, because fresh oil is potent while old, oxidized oil is useless. If your oil has no taste, no smell, or feels greasy instead of alive, discard it. The oil of real black seed is thick, dark amber to almost black, with a strong, spicy aroma and a bold flavor. If it is light, watery, or mild, it has been diluted and is essentially useless. The oil of real pomegranate seed is a bright orange-red and fragrant. If the color is weak or yellow, it has already lost its potency. 9. The blend that can stimulate blood flow in 30 to 90 minutes. There is an additional combination that can trigger noticeable changes in blood flow so quickly that many men feel the difference in less than an hour. It involves adding pomegranate seed oil to extra virgin olive oil. Within pomegranate seeds is punicic acid, a rare omega-5 fatty acid with a remarkable ability to rapidly increase nitric oxide production. But punicic acid is powerful and unstable. It needs a carrier to protect it and deliver it to the bloodstream. Olive oil becomes that perfect companion. The formula is simple. 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil mixed with a 1/4 teaspoon of pomegranate seed oil. Taken 30 to 60 minutes before intimacy or used daily to rebuild long-term vascular strength. Small dose, deep change. I have seen men look at me in disbelief and say they thought that part of their life was over. I have seen relationships heal. I have seen tears of hope where silence once resided. 10. The moment every man must face. The biggest barrier to regaining your strength is not your age, it's not your hormones, it's not your blood vessels, it's not even the years of frustration that may have eroded your confidence. The real barrier is silence. The silence that men carry inside for years. The silence that convinces them to pretend everything is fine. The silence that whispers, just accept it. This is what it feels like to grow old. That silence is destroying more marriages, more intimacy, more self-esteem, and more joy than any medical condition. But today you have the opportunity to break it. You have the science, you have the formula, you have the truth. The only thing missing is your decision. If this video gave you hope, like it so that other men can find it. Leave me a comment below, write a 1 if this resonated with you, or a 0 if you need more information. Share this with a brother, a friend, or a neighbor who may be carrying this same struggle in silence. And subscribe so you don't miss my weekly health tips for men over 60. You could be the reason another man finally breaks the silence and regains what he thought was lost forever. I am Dr. Elena, reminding you that after 60, your power is not gone. It is just waiting for you to awaken it with knowledge, with determination, and with the courage to take the first step. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Remove these words.